Hi, and welcome to Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I'll be doing a collective read today. So if you've been with me before, you'll know that I've been putting in chapter markers on the timeline and in the description box below. Sometimes they don't show up on the timeline, but they are definitely in the description box below, along with any decks that I've used and or if I've made references to songs or something to that effect. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm in a teeny tiny little channel, but I appreciate your time, your energy, your likes, shares, and subscribes. It means a lot to me. And if you're new to my channel and tarot, well, I do have a little bit of a tarot intro, so nothing too intense, just food for thought. Okay, so tarot and oracle are tools for self-reflection. They're only meant to help you, be guided while you use your own internal moral compass in pursuit of your own particular brand of happiness. Now, I'm an intuitive reader, which means I understand the cards, but I also rely on the messages from my ancestors and my guides, the universe even, if you will, to bring in messages. And there are only so many cards in a deck, so sometimes a card will come out that is the closest approximation to what my guides are trying to tell me, and it's my job to interpret, and it's your job to figure out whether or not it resonates. And I do want to say a thing about that. So it may not resonate, for one, because this is a collective and I'm reading a lot of energies all kind of coming in at once. And generally, I'll read the strongest message coming in. But more importantly, resonates means that when you hear it, it takes you back to a moment in time. It reminds you of a memory. It pulls on a heartstring. You're like, oh, that totally was me last year, last month, yesterday. I'm going through it now, or these are things that I've been thinking about. That's what resonate is. If you're sitting there and thinking, well, this doesn't sound like me, I would never do this, it likely isn't your reading. And that's okay. I'm just one tarot reader reading energies for a lot of different energies. So it may be your reading, it may not be. But I also want to say, if you're hearing a message and you kind of get like a little head up, a little bit like, well, and a little defensive, I would encourage you to sit in that energy and figure out why it might be triggering you in the way that it is. Is it pulling on a truth that maybe you haven't yet kind of shown light on? Maybe you need to unpack it. But most importantly, you are the maestro of your own destiny. And I'm someone who does believe in fate and destiny, but I believe they only take you so far. They afford you the opportunity of happiness, opportunities, path to walk. If you want a different life, you just walk on a different timeline. You have to make the decision. It's presented to you. You have options, but you have to decide, because you have full autonomy and free will to decide how your life and what path you're going to live. You are the maestro of your own destiny. So let's get into the reading. I'm going to use these oracles as a pre-shuffle. So I'm going to shuffle, cut down the middle, read from the middle and center, and kind of get an idea of where the collective that I'm tapping to right now, where it's at. And then we'll see how it goes. Oh, I got a sudden headache on the left side. So if you've been having a lot of headaches or been in your head a lot, that might be a confirmation. Okay, so let's see. Let's cut the deck. And then what we have is not your usual type and friends first. So, not your usual type. If you've ever had a preference for a certain person or people that you connect with, this person does not fit in that category. Differences of outer appearance, values, and personalities are present. And then friends first. The energy of this connection requires a deeper understanding of the person you admire. Okay, so this is kind of indicating to me that there's either a budding romance or budding connection, and or an existing romance or existing connection, that you all are very different. For instance, maybe one is very, of the arts, of the theater, of poetry, and one is an avid football fan and isn't really into poetry, Or maybe, you're the type of person who likes to stay up late and watch movies and read books, and the other one is an early riser and goes to bed early. Maybe it's as simple as someone is very tall and brunette and the other one's very short and a towhead. You know what I mean? Like, there is a difference. And I'm also hearing lifestyle choices. This is a tarot reading, so it also could be that one of you is incredibly spiritual and the other one is very science-minded. So there is a connection, an attraction, a romance, something taking place between two people who kind of walk two separate types of lives. And I heard, and yet the attraction is there. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay. So we have different views and values. Again, you saw that I shuffled it. And now we have, I like hanging out with you. So again, I will repeat this. Different views and values. The situation involves one or both parties clinging onto their own beliefs and not being open to the other's perspectives. Again, we have another card talking about the differences of people, the differences of life, lifestyles, paths, choices. And yet, here we are with the I like hanging out with you. Again, so we had two cards about people being polar opposites, basically, and two cards of there being some sort of connection. So collective, this feels like a person that you are currently interested in, someone that you are currently dating, someone that you're currently wanting to get close to, is so wildly different from you in a lot of different ways that I do feel like there have been times where you're like, how did this even come to pass? How? They are a steak and potatoes kind of person, and I am a vegan. They love, death metal and goth rock, and I like country music. It's like, again, I'm hearing they're short and brunette and I'm tall and ginger, like differences. Like extrapolate it in the way that it makes sense for your situation. But let's get some cards for this reading. Okay, so when I mean let's get some cards, let's get into the reading proper is what I mean to say. Go. So we have the first one again. That friend's first card came out a second time. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll read it again. The energy of this connections requires a deeper understanding of the person you admire. Again, this is so getting into a connection from the get-go, you need to take time to understand who you're getting to know. Their quirks, their likes, their dislikes, past experiences, past, successes and things that, are hard for them, so you can understand them as a whole person. But this is also like your energy is so different. Again, I'm hearing highly spiritual and very technical. So, while we have someone who may get excited about a new spiritual practice, the other person, like, I'm not a science person, but I just heard someone who has a hypothesis that has to do with the Pythagorean theorem. I don't know. That's just what I heard. I think it, and because I'm not a science-minded person, I honestly don't know how that would play in, but I think it's there to illustrate like how these two people would kind of interact. And then we have, can you express yourself clearly? depending on the next couple of cards, we'll see what this is. So because this connection is so opposite, there seems to be an undeniable attraction, a chemistry, a pull to one another, a purposeful pull. I mean, this is like the definition of opposites attract, right? Night and day, up and down, right and left, black and white, that sort of thing. So we have the need to get to know them, taking your time to get to know them, because not only are you getting to know someone that you're connected with, but they are just so different than I heard who you normally date. So can you express yourself clearly is, again, depending on what this card is, because we don't know what it is yet. It could be that they want you to, that you want them, or they want you to divulge yourself more matter-of-factly. Because let's say even if someone is from the East Coast and the West Coast, even if you're talking plainly to each other, there are different semantics, there are different dialects, there are different urban kind of rhythms and words that you would use on the different coasts, that if you use a West Coast kind of dialect, or what's the word I want to look for? If you're using like a West Coast dialects and idioms, and someone else is using East Coast dialects and idioms, sometimes you might not get exactly what, and these are two people that may have similar styles but live on opposite coasts. So it could be, can we speak in a very matter-of-fact kind of way so we make sure that we avoid any misunderstandings? Or it could be a little bit of frustration because of the fact that you're so different. Let's see what this next card says. Power couple. Okay. It was the first one. So it almost oh boy. I'm going to nerd out for just a second. There was a cartoon, I believe it was in the 80s, but also I can make different attributes. You could, if you know what Voltron is, there's Voltron. If you know what Power Rangers is, it's Power Rangers. If you know what Gundam is, they're Gundams. All of these kind of like these cartoons, these ideas, these animes are about people working together, either coming together to form something bigger and stronger, or to work together as a team, whether it's powering up with Power Rangers or getting into like your mecha suit or whatever, but it's coming together to become more powerful. It's like you guys come from different backgrounds, but you understand that, like, while one has all of this kind of attributes, spiritual, from the West Coast, short and, intense. The other one is from the East Coast, more technically minded, very laid back, but understanding that you put these things together and you have a well-rounded energy that is super powerful. It's like there's recognition in, like, again, I feel like y'all are not sure how it happened, but you are here for it. Let's see, we'll get one more card. Whoop, there's a lot of cards. We'll just take one. So we'll do it again. Okay. So we have strong feelings. Yeah, no, again, this is like I was saying. You guys, you all, okay, you two can't even really understand how it happened or why there is so much palpable chemistry between you. You all want to be friends first, or maybe you guys were friends first. Let me dial it back a little bit. Maybe you don't need to become friends. Maybe you guys were already friends. Again, two separate. Maybe one of you is very into like very on trend, very top 40s, very what's the newest hippest fashion, and the other one is significantly more laid back and more like takes interest in cosplaying and going to convention, like comic conventions or video game conventions, where the other one is more interested in the new, designer top that came. I don't know. But you see what I'm saying? Like, there are obvious differences. And yet here you both are, like, enamored, enthralled, intrigued, enchanted by one another. So let's tell a story. What is going on with this collective? 10 of Cups. Oops, it's running away from me. 10 of Cups. I feel like I just heard deep down. I'm hearing deep down. You recognize each other as each other's respective emotional stability. It's like an internal knowing that if this energy joins with yours, the possibility for like an ultimate happiness or supreme happiness or living a life you never thought you could live or experience, intensity and chemistry, emotional fulfillment, emotional availability, emotional maturity, all of that is there for you. But again, I'm hearing it's like something. Here, I'll move my cards out of the way. It's something that you all are kind of keeping under wraps. Oh my gosh, hiccup. Okay, that means I'm channeling. This means it's going someplace. Okay. So we have 3 of Wands in reverse. So 3 of Wands is about waiting for your ships to come in. It's about waiting. Like, you've done everything that you can do. You're just waiting for the chance for what you've invested in to come in. But it's in reverse, which means to me, this means the wait is over. What you've been waiting for has arrived. This connection. Again, I'm hearing like this feeling of, I don't want to get too excited right away. I don't want to jinx it. Ooh, I don't want to jinx it. I've been wanting a connection like this. I've been wanting a partnership like this. I've been wanting energy like this. I've been praying for it. I've been manifesting it. I've been hoping about it. I've been dreaming it. All of that. And here it comes in. And now that it's here, there's that friends first energy. So again, you guys could have been friends already, and recognizing over the years that you all have been friends, slowly but surely you guys were falling in love. For some, this is about meeting that person, recognizing that they likely are the key to this new type of happiness, this path of happiness that you want to walk, but you're trying to like stay chill. You're trying not to get too intense about it, because that's what you've been wanting. That's what you've been wishing for. You've been hoping for that chance to come in, but here it is. The waiting is over. It's arrived. Oh, we've got a lot. Okay, so we'll just lay it out like this. We'll get to that one in a second. So the Emperor. The Emperor energy is about being calm, cool, collected, understanding your power, being nurturing, being protective, very fiery and ready to take action. So what you want, what you've been hoping for, what you've been dreaming for is emotional stability. It has arrived. And like I said, you're trying to keep it under wraps. So Emperor energy is being called for. It's like, okay, Emperor energy, we both have to be cool, calm, collected. We can be passionate, but we can be excited. But day by day, step by step, to build a real relationship, it's got to be purposeful, driven, ambition, taking action on it, yes, but taking our time. We don't want to rush it, but we don't want to like drag our heels either. This is having a very measured and very, quite literally, a realistic approach to how to incorporate this like fantasy love and ground it in reality. Now, the Six of Wands is about success, being lauded for your success, but it's in reverse. Now, it doesn't mean that there isn't success. It means that you all are realizing it before everyone else does. That's how I'm seeing it right now. It feels like you guys have recognized your compatibility before anybody else has. Again, because you come from 2 separate worlds, it almost seems like. There may be some in like the social circle around you that's all like, wow, you all make an odd couple, or how is that ever going to work out? Or like, oh, I'm surprised that that's who you're dating, seeing, interested in. Like for some reason, there's a little bit of like skepticism around the outside, but you all know that this is on lock, that this is what you're pursuing. And again, Emperor energy is coming forward in a very like self-assured, confident manner. It doesn't matter that other people can't see what you all see, because in this relationship, it isn't everyone else and you all in a relationship. It's just your energies in this relationship. The whole world, and then your energies. It's just you all. You all personally, internally, can feel how this can be successful. Page of Swords is viewing from a distance. Now, here's the part that I'm like, okay, what does this mean now? What's going to happen here? And it comes from after the Six of Wands, which again is like you all internally knowing that this is going to be successful. You all internally knowing this is possible, plausible. Y'all are going to make it happen because you've been wanting it. You've been wishing for it. It is here. You recognize with your full authority and full passion that this is what you want. Maybe other people can't see how this can be successful, but you all can. You all are confident. You are the emperor, both of you. And this is what I'm thinking is why people think it. This Page of Swords is about kind of, I don't want to say remote viewing, but it is kind of like viewing from a distance or online communication. So this makes me feel like this particular couple setup is not close. And I don't mean not close as in emotionally, but like from a distance. Like maybe you guys live several hours away. Maybe you guys live in a different country or different state. I did say East Coast and West Coast, so maybe you guys live across like the country. You know, maybe someone lives in California and the other person lives in New York. You know, whatever it is, there's like significant space. And so it feels like communication is happening kind of remotely. And maybe that's the reason why people are like, is this really where you want to put the energy? And you all are like, yes, yes, we know this is going to be successful. Maybe you all can't see it, but we can see it. We can feel it. And it feels like you all are communicating long distance. So then we have Seven of Cups. This is about daydreaming energy. This also is a little bit about kind of paralyzed by choice sometimes. And so this may be because you all, I feel like there is a distance, physical distance. Again, like East Coast, West Coast, Canada, America, you know, like different countries, different states across the country, that kind of thing. And so I feel like you all are kind of ruminating over the different ways you all can bring it together, to lock it in, to be together. Seven of Cups is also very daydreamy. So y'all, maybe you guys remotely, like maybe over the phone or over like a chat or video chat, you are kind of fantasizing what it'll be like to be together in the same city, in the same state, in the same country. There's a lot of fantasizing, and I don't mean, well, I mean, yes, fantasizing on being together, but also fantasizing in a very intimate, romantic way. And there's all these different options that you all are weighing on how to bring it together. That's what it kind of feels like. Okay. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is about creating stability. It is the most stable card outside of the Emperor. So again, the Seven of Cups is this. Page of Swords is about viewing remotely, communicating remotely. So this feels long distance. And you all are kind of sussing out all the different ways that you could kind of bring this together. Who would be moving where? Logistically, how can you make this happen? Because you all want to close the gap. You all are fantasizing on how you can create the ultimate stability together. And that's being together as a power couple. Really kind of, it's almost like you can tell it here. Ten of Cups is what you want. It has arrived. You recognize it. You cherish it. You are working for it. You are protecting it. Doesn't matter if other people can't see the success in this. You all can, know, and are moving towards the success. You guys are communicating like long distance on how to get together. There's a little bit of like fantasy, both romantic, as well as logistically, like how could we do, would I move there? Would you move here? we would meet halfway. But these conversations, these different paths you all are kind of discussing, is how to create stability together, how to bring it all together to make this cohesive, strong unit. Okay, oh, we got two. So we have Queen of Wands and King of Cups. Look at all these court cards. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a major arcana. So Queen of Wands is about, she's an action card. Gender doesn't matter. She's an action card. She's about manifesting. I like to look at the Queen of Wands like the Witch of the Tarot, and or the Magician of the minor arcana, however you want to look at it. This energy knows they have what it takes to make things happen. Very Emperor-like, but in a like, one is like a very 3D energy, and this is like 5D, very emotional. One believes they can protect, build this together. They're calm, cool, confident. And over here we can make this happen emotionally. We believe in it. We know it intuitively. We have that sense that this is meant to be. So confident about their manifestations. Again, this is like the Magician of the minor arcana. You both know that you have everything that you need to make this work. You have determination, you have ambition, you have passion, you have the drive. You also recognize that you both bring something special to the table. King of Cups energy is where this relationship is heading. That King of Cups is intuitive, diplomatic, kind, emotionally available, in it for the long haul. This is someone that, I mean, take it as it resonates, but this is the kind of person that you want to be married to. This is the kind of person that you want to build a home with. This is the kind of person that if you were thinking about moving in with someone, that is it. That is the energy that we have for this. I feel like I want to get an oracle card because this feels, I mean, I was going to say super cute. I don't know why I was going to say super cute, but it does kind of feel that it's, I don't know, it just feels a very genuine, very earnest, cute energy. Like two people from different, almost kind of like rom-com-ish. Two people from different worlds meet in some, meet cute kind of serendipitous way, and against all odds, they make it together. This is kind of how it feels. It feels really good like that, which is why I want to get an oracle for you guys, like a love oracle. Let me, hold on just a second. Okay, had to grab a deck. Oh, okay. Well, let's see what we've got. We got, oh my God. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put this over here. So we have soulmate union. You are united with your soulmate in a deep and loving connection. This union brings a sense of completeness, joy, and mutual support that enriches your life. Okay? Then we've got twin flame awakening. You are awakening to your profound connection with your twin flame, which makes sense because if you're both from a different, if you guys both have different paths to walk, like I said, if someone's super science driven and the other one's very spiritual, that's a mirror. Like you're mirroring each other. Like someone's tall and someone's short. Those are like opposites, like the opposite, different sides of the same coin. It's the up and down, the right and left, the night and day, masculine, feminine, sun, moon. Like you get me? Okay, sorry. You are awakening to the profound connection with your twin flame. This journey is transformative, guiding you to a higher level of consciousness and spiritual growth. And then healing heart. Allow love to heal your heart and bring new joy. This healing energy transforms past pain into present happiness, creating a sense of peace and fulfillment. Here's that lovely little, reading gem at the end. It's through this union. And you maybe you all don't even know it. Maybe you are already hip to some game. Maybe you already could feel it. But you both, because you walk different like paths, because you have different lifestyles, because you have different interests, because energetically you have different energetic signatures. You all went through life in different ways and all both experience different difficulties, traumas, heartbreaks, heartaches. But because you also are so different, in coming together as this power couple, as understanding that while your energy is so different, you are like magnetically drawn to each other, like opposites attract, because y'all's energy, because it's opposite, it can heal you in ways that you didn't even realize that you could. And not that you're not whole on your own, you are whole on your own, but man, the healing energy from this opposite energy is like, I don't have a word for it. It feels like when you get to this point, when you recognize the healing that you've done with this person, your soulmate, your twin flame, this person who is opposite of you, but you feel so connected to, the healing that you will feel internally is going to be without words. It'll be that profound. And that's the reading that I have for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and taking a chance on this teeny tiny tarot channel. I know I only have a few videos, but I'm working on it. I am happy to be here. I am so happy to have likes, shares, and subscribes. They mean so much to me. More importantly, though, as I appreciate your energy being here today. My name is Angel. This is Rabbit in Moon Tarot, and I will see you at the next reading.